All right.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to our channel. It's your girl Ella here with her girl
Mpatso. Yeah. So, guys, the video you've been waiting for is here. The one that I told you about the cultural differences between the United States and Zambia that I have experienced, and we're going to be sharing with you all that. So, Ella, what are some of the cultural differences that you think are there before I mention what I've experienced?
So these two countries are extremely different in a lot of things. Even though they are similar in some things, we are mostly different in a lot of things. And for someone moving from either country, say from Zambia to the United States or from the United States to Zambia, you obviously see certain differences in how you lived before to how you're living now, trying to fit into the new environment with the different cultural practices that are there. So some of these cultural differences we see are in food, they're in religion, in dressing, and in the climate as a whole. So Ruth, let's start with food. How has food been a cultural difference for you? How's food for someone? By the way, Ruth used to live in Zambia. Now she's in the United States. So she'll be helping us, she'll be teaching us or educating us on how the transition has been from life in Zambia to now life in the United States. So food, how's food been a difference for you?
So food has been like completely different because like back home in Zambia, I'm used to eating like nshima. Nshima is like this, how can you explain it, Ella?
It's like a mealie meal with water. It's like a mealie meal and water paste that we cook. It comes to harden after some time and we eat it with our hands.
Yeah. So I'm used to eating shima back home with like vegetables and stuff, like it's like the staple food. Like people back home, we would eat like shima for lunch and supper without like, it's just the main thing. It's the one. But like, yeah, there you go. So yeah, that's like shima right there. It's white. It's very delicious. You guys should try it when you visit Zambia. So when I came here, I just found something completely different. I found chicken quesadillas and all that stuff, pizza, burgers. I'm not saying we don't have burgers back home and pizza, but like that's like stuff that you have once in a while, but like here it's like the main thing. And I've noticed people here like chicken quesadillas and what else? Just cheesy stuff, Yeah, that's
in the United States, they like cheesy things.
Yeah, so I personally, I'm not a fan of a lot of cheese. Like anything with too much cheese is just something else to me. Like, yeah. So yeah, that's the food difference. It's just been completely different. And then also there's this mayonnaise that we have back home. It's very delicious. But when I came here, like there's also nice mayonnaise, but there's just like, when you get used when you get used to something, it's like completely different. It's like, oh my gosh, what's this,
So, America to have the better mayonnaise. So this is the common mayonnaise in Zambia.
Yeah, this is the common mayonnaise in Zambia. Guys, this mayonnaise is the bomb. It's the one, like
that can ever be beaten by it.
Nothing. So yeah, that's the food difference. It's just a lot of different things, a lot of cheesy stuff, a lot of so many things. Do you have anything else to add, Ella, on the food and stuff? Yeah, that's the mayonnaise here. I mean, it's not bad, guys. Like, don't get me wrong. It's not bad. It's just, doesn't do it for me personally and stuff. So yeah. Do you have anything to add to like food section, Ella?
Oh yeah, and in Zambia, like we said, our main staple food is nshima. We mostly eat nshima almost every day in a week. It's rare to find a household that is not eating nshima at least even 5 times in a day. 5 times in a week. We eat nshima every day. Some people eat it twice a day, some 3 times from breakfast, lunch, supper. They're just eating nshima. So my question is, what's mainly the food that you guys eat in America? What can you find in a normal household? Like every day, you are assured you find this type of food in an American household.
Let's see. I think mac and cheese. So mac and cheese is like
cheese.
yeah, mac and cheese is like it's like this pasta embedded in it's pasta and it has this recipe that you have to like add there it is. It's yummy, but yeah. So there's mac and cheese and usually like bread. People like bread. I mean, even back home we like bread. I personally have liked bread so all my life. But yeah, bread and what else? Maybe rice. I mean, everybody has rice. So rice and yeah, mainly just cheesy stuff in my opinion. Like mac and cheese, blah blah blah, and yeah, and the normal other foods like chicken and whatnot. And yeah, that's yeah.
Okay, so all right, so cheese is fatty. Maybe that's why we hear a lot of big percentages of obesity in the United States, because cheese is fatty. And for people who love cheese, obviously, no wonder now we get to see, because most of us, meal isn't that. It does bulge you up, but even just in Africa, we are ever busy walking up and down. So we're like exercising every day. That side, you guys are using cars, so you can't even exercise mostly. So when you're from eating a chinchima, you walk from here to where, so it bends you. You won't even be that fat. And we usually always eat it with vegetables and cooked food. We cook a lot in Zambia than takeaway. Takeaway is very rare.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like when you're eating takeaway, then that day, it's either it's a holiday or
The birthday.
the birthday. So most of the times we're always cooking. So yeah. Okay. So that's been interesting listening and getting to know about the food culture differences between the United States and Zambia. So now we're going into religion. We're going to talk about Christianity, the Muslims, the Hindus, and what common religious practices are found in the United States. For Zambia, the common religious practice is Christianity, but though we do find Muslims and Hindus, a few of those who've migrated from their countries and are settling in Zambia have come and have brought their religion of Islam and Hinduism, but the majority is Christianity. What about the United States?
So here what I've noticed is that we also have a bunch of Christians. Like I feel like the majority of the population are Christians. But due to the fact that most people travel into the United States, and it's like, most people usually do come to the United States, like from different parts of the world. You have Hindus, you have Muslims from different, so they've brought in that more diverse religions in the country because, if it was the way it was Christianity, now it's like we have more Muslims and we just have a diverse religions in the country. So I would say mostly Christians and Catholics for that matter. I've seen a lot of Catholics here, like a lot, but we also have a bunch of Muslims, but most of them are people who are from different countries. They've traveled from their countries to come to the US and stuff like that. So yeah, I think Christianity, this is one thing that the two countries have in common for sure. So yeah.
Okay. So for you, when you went there, which church did you join? Because here she was Pentecostal, guys. So I'm wondering which church you went to. Is there Pentecost that side?
Yeah, there's actually like a bunch of Pentecostal churches like Baptist and whatnot, but I decided to try a Catholic church, you know? Like I've been going to a Catholic church for like the past year, and um I must say it was kind of different just because, you know, back home in our Pentecostal church, like when we're doing praise and worship, it's like we dance, you guys. Like we stand up, sing and dance, like, you know what I'm talking about, Ella. Like, you know,
What about
dance,
them?
praise the Lord and whatnot, sing, dance to it. But when I went to a Catholic church, it was completely different. It was like the praise and worship is just like, you know, it's on the low, like, because there's only
It's
one soloist who's singing or something, and then you could respond, or sometimes like only the soloist is singing and stuff like that. You know, there's not much like clapping or anything like that. It's just one person moderating the whole church service, and you guys are just like being like doing responsive prayers and whatnot, which is similar to Christianity, like the not Christianity, sorry, they're Christians, but which is similar to Pentecostal. But you know, Pentecostal, there's more like, you know, activity. I don't know if that's the right word to use, but yeah.
so surprised because the Catholics this side are almost as noisy because they've got the drums, and usually they're louder than us. Like for me, I'm UCZ, and when our church is like near the Catholic church, so you know they would be so loud because they would have the drum, boom, 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 you know, they're dancing in their chitenges. I think maybe it's just an African thing. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
think
I've
so.
noticed. I've seen when the Pope, when they're showing the Pope's going is preaching in church, it's quite quiet, and they have this like sound choir. And I'm like, white people, they have to dance. You know, you gotta bring in the drums, bring in the beats.
I know, right? So it's been kind of different, and I was like, okay, I miss dancing when I go to church, and you know, just being, you know, all active and stuff like that. But when I went there, it was just like listening. Sometimes, honestly, let me be honest, I would doze. Like the like the pastor would be preaching and stuff like that, and you know, it's quiet. He'll preach and he'll be done, amen, and then you stand up, do a responsive prayer, and you're done. So it was just like, okay, I'm doing nothing. I'm just sitting and listening. Okay, I'm going. Bye. So it's different.
Right. But they're making it seem like church is boring. No wonder people are not from church that side. It's actually be boring. And you know, when we watch these like Madia movies, you know, when they're at church, they usually go to churches where they are singing like Sister Act. Remember Sister Act? They were
Yeah.
singing and dancing. There's no church like that. So they were just like,
I mean, I'm sure there are a bunch of like, there's this church called Kodesh Family Church, and it's like an African church. Not African, but it's like also in the United States and everywhere. It's like international. But I don't think we have it back home in Zambia. And I attended the service one time on Zoom, and you know, you just not attending stuff over Zoom. It's just like weird, you know.
yeah.
Like people are worshiping and stuff, and you're just watching them worship and stuff like that. Quite right, you would stand and worship, but it's different. Like when you're there, you like, you know.
Oh,
But
oh.
you know, yeah, there are definitely some churches that do that, but I think I just haven't like come across one that's like completely similar to mine. So yeah.
No. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Well, that's really interesting to hear about the religious differences. I guess it's not so different since they have Christianity here, we have Christianity there, they have Muslims, we have Muslims and stuff. So that's good. That's great.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're moving on to another topic, which is a little bit sensitive. I hope nobody gets offended with anything that we say here. But yeah, we're moving on to dressing. The topic of dressing, the culture differences. Ruth, when you are here in Zambia, just not us here in Zambia, they would strip you if you dress indecently. They'll strip you, they would beat you, the women would give you a chitenge in town. That's a true story. They would strip you, they would make sure if you are being indecent, they'll make sure they take care of you. You know, the only places you'd find people being more free in dressing, like in Zambia, is mostly at the malls, you know, where there's a little bit of security and there's diversity, because there you'll find whites and shani. So there are people usually dress, but they don't go far either ways, especially fellow Zambians. Yes, you would see some Zambians with bum shorts and but still the bum short is a bit longer. You know, there's still that decency, even in something that's a bit short or whatever. Even if they've come to the mall, you can tell that this is a Zambian, and like the whites who just, you know, they'll come with a short, or they'll come even with a shirt. The other day at work, someone just walked in with like a long shirt. She was a colored. I was like, you know? I don't think even if it's at the mall, I would see a Zambian wearing just a shirt, even if it's Pamo. They would wear a long shirt, maybe with leggings or a short inside, but she was just with like a shirt and sneakers. And I was like, and she wasn't like, yeah, she was like, Kuma 20, 21, somewhere there. Yes, I've seen like the kids can wear anything, of course, but we're not talking about the kids, we're talking about, you know, someone above 18, like, and especially for females. How's the dressing like in the United States compared to how you left it here in Zambia?
Yo, it's completely different. Like when I came here, I was like, wait, what? What's going on here? You know, like back home, like we're very traditional, and like me dressing in a bum short going into town or the mall is an abomination.
Big
Like like you wouldn't dress like that, because you know they're different people who would they'll either strip you, or you know they'll attack you, or they'll do something to you, they'll take advantage of you and stuff like that. But here nobody cares about how you dress. You dress the way you want, whenever you want, however you want, you know. Like I see a lot of people wearing like bum shorts, or like, you know, really short stuff, or, you know, some of them will be like literally short, like an underwear or something like that. And with a shirt on top and sneakers, and I'll be like, okay, interesting. So it's completely different, because like you wouldn't find someone dressed like that. Not that we're not trying, guys, we're not trying to say anything bad, but
yeah,
it's just completely different, you know. Yeah, so it's been crazy, but I personally have not been able to dress that way. I haven't dressed that way ever, because like I've been brought up differently, and you know, I just wear.
Because we find a lot of people from Zambia, and they're going to these countries to study. They would go to the States, they would go to UK, they would go to China, they would go what? So just after they stay for like 2-3 months, you start seeing their Instagram now. I know some people who've completely changed, like they've just adopted the American culture now. There's some girl who is in the States. She left when I was at Fatima in grade 9. So she's been there since she was in grade 9. I don't know if it's grade 9 or grade 10. She's been there for some time now. She's just completely adopted the American culture now. So she would be able to wear, when I see her Instagram, I don't know if it's just for social media or it's actually her everyday dressing. So I'm just like, when you told me you're going, you know, everybody, when I tell my friends, I know my friends in America, they would always ask, has she changed? Has she changed? Because that's what we see. We see people coming from the Zambian culture and Zambian way of life and our way of, you know, dressing decently and stuff. Of course, no, we are not supposed to be wearing chitenges every day. Like you won't find us in chitenges every day. This is our common thing. There's a white person who was made to wear a chitenge.
Oh yeah.
So this is the common thing that you find us wearing, chitenges and stuff like that. But no, you won't find us wearing such things every day. Obviously, would wear just normal skirts, normal what, normal clothes,
Jeans.
jeans, but something a bit not revealing. You know, it covers up, something that's covering up. So they'll usually ask like, has Ruth changed? Hasn't changed? Is she still the same? Ruth say, when I post you, you know, they're like, she's not even, you know, with green hair or something, or just crazy. I'm like, no. You know, those people who change up, people who've been wanting to have that lifestyle for a long time, or maybe they've been brought up in a more modern way of life, and like us who've been brought up in a more respectable way of life, doing things in a, you know, moral manner. So
Right.
just know, plus where if you have been brought up in a Christian home, Christianity means with tradition. It's a bomb.
Yeah.
So, you know, obviously, one, you have to be decent, because biblically, decency must be there, of course. The Bible says we should not cause anyone to sin. So if you wear something indecent and then someone, you know, starts lusting over you, then you've caused that person to sin. So you're also accountable. Then two, tradition. Traditionally, we're just not even allowed to be indecent. So if you're brought up in a home that's both Christian and that follows Bible teachings and traditional, it's not that easy to change. It's how we've been brought up. It's how we are. And it's even just the comfortability. We're just not used to that. So even if they had to tell me, even if I had to come to the States and it's summer and I wear a bum shirt, I don't think I'll be still comfortable.
Yeah.
I would rather wear a skirt, a summer dress or something that's maybe up to my knees, that's passing air or something. But I'm still comfortable. It's also about the comfortability, because they would wear such things and then they'll be pulling down,
Right.
It's like who you are. You know, white people don't put down because they're used. It's how they are. Even just other blacks that have been in the States for a long time, you don't see them pulling down, because that's how they've been raised. That's their culture. Number you force yourself. That's how you just be like, wear something that you're comfortable in and you're free in, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Comfortability is definitely important. Like, why would you wear something that you're not comfortable in, like in the first place?
That's it. And in what they do in Zambia, if they see you like you're in town, you're wearing something short, and then you're pulling it down, they'll always shout at you, hey, why are you pulling it down? So I won't say it in Bemba, because maybe other viewers, international viewers, won't understand. But yes, they would shout in our local language, like, why are you pulling down your shirt? Why are you even pulling it down? Leave it, let it go up. That's what you wanted. What?
Yeah. It's wild. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I mean, so yeah, I guess that was the main differences. I mean, the clothing is a definite, complete difference between the two. So yeah. I mean, anywho, this is based on our experience and our stuff. So I mean, feel free to comment down below what you've experienced and stuff like that. But this is based on our experience. So if you object to anything, that's fine. This is just based on what we've experienced and what I have and what Ella has experienced. So yeah. So what do we have next, Ella, on our list? Do we have anything?
Yeah, so the last main cultural thing that we'd like to talk about is the difference in our weather patterns or climate per se between our country, Zambia, and the United States. So yeah, here in Zambia, we have the three main seasons, which is rainy season, which is about the period of end of October, November to like March. Yeah, February, March, somewhere there. It should stop raining in March. It completely stops in March. Then we have April, which is what's April in here? Do we have those funny seasons at spring, autumn? Do we have such? Okay, maybe that's what they are, but we don't know that that's what they are. So okay, April and August. Okay, we just know August is windy and April is just still, you know. Then May to July is cold season. Then again, August is just windy. We don't know what it is. And then September through to like maybe it's August to October. I don't know when summer starts to come in now. So we just basically have 3 main seasons: that's the hot season, cold season, and the rainy season. So how about that side in the States?
So I'm going to speak specifically for where I am in Minnesota. Minnesota is like one of the coldest states, you guys. Like, if you want to come for school in the US and there's another state that you have an option to, go there. Do not risk your life.
I
Like,
don't want to come to there. But I don't like the cold. Look at this. I hate the cold.
It's extremely cold, you guys, in Minnesota. Specifically in Mankato, and oh my goodness. Like sometimes we go below, not sometimes, we go below zero most of the times. But like I hear there was a season where it went all the way to negative, I think negative 40 degrees Fahrenheit, not Celsius, Fahrenheit. Okay. So, I mean, that's horrible. Like it's really cold here such that I would wear my gloves sometimes. Like I would wear like gloves and stuff like that, but I'll still feel cold. My hands will still freeze, but I'm wearing gloves. So like, what do you do in such weather? It's really cold. I mean, the weather is not friendly at all. Like there's what we call a blizzard, and like this is when like you have like it's not really snowing, but like it's like windy snow or something, if that makes sense. Correct me if I'm wrong anyway, but yeah, it's like windy snow and it's windy and stuff like that, and the snow is blowing in your face, and like you can't really see what you're going. You can look it up, Ella, like blizzard, and it's something else. I remember that day I couldn't even see where I was going.
Okay, this is
yeah. So that's like really crazy, and that's when like most accidents happen because people are not able to see where they're going, and the snow is just blowing. Worst case scenario, you're walking and you can't see where you're going. So in such weather conditions, they're like weather advisories where they tell you to stay home. Like if you can stay home, stay home. Yeah, the weather is just something else. So like I would say most of the year is winter, and we have summer from like, say, I don't know when summer starts, but somewhere like May, not May, let's say June, July, August. That's summer per se. And then the rest of the month is winter. Okay?
Right now it's like cold.
Yeah, right now it's like winter, it's cold, and I just don't know what the temp is right now, but it was like 10 degrees Fahrenheit yesterday and it was freezing. So yeah, Minnesota, yeah, if you don't like the cold, this is not the place you want to come to. Like, so I like, oh my gosh. I once visited Arizona though. Arizona is nice, you guys. It's warm. The climate is just relaxing. It reminded me of Zambia because like, the temperature was just like somewhere there. Like it's hot, but like when I went there, it was just like the normal chilled Zambian temperature. But Minnesota, oh my gosh, it was the complete opposite. So that's one thing I don't like about this state. That's just the only thing that I don't like. The weather. Huh.
Oh my God. Yeah, I can choose to come and stay there in Arizona. That's why I wouldn't want to go settle in a place like Europe, because Europe, almost all the countries are cold that side. They're like extreme, but so I wouldn't want to settle in Europe. I would rather come to the States there in Miami or Hawaii. It's always sunny. Zambia, it's mostly warm. Even if it's cold season, it will be cold maybe at night very much. But during the day, when the sun comes out, I like to be warm even if it's in June. It would still be warm. So, There, where there's at Buddhism. And so most of the times when we are coming to visit, we obviously come visit in times of that period, Christmas period, mid-December. And then it's called Buddhism.
Blizzard, Dwand.
I don't know the amount of jackets and coats I can buy in Kamala. I don't know.
I'm telling you, like right now I have, it's like I have to double, like maybe wear 2 small dresses inside and then plus the heavy coat, and then like maybe double gloves. Nowadays I double gloves because like the gloves I wear, like they're just not warm enough, I guess. I don't know how, but yeah. And then the head soak, like I'll just put on my head soak and then put earmuffs, just be covered all over, like yeah.
We are so different. And here in Zambia, we don't experience snow. For our international viewers who are watching this and are wondering how I'm getting very surprised about these blizzards. We don't have snow in Zambia. We've never had. I think the closest we've had to something very, very cold is just hail. Just not that hail, that big hail, that one, mashani. Just to my small stones when it's raining heavily, and then ice, that's all, and it would stop. That's the only time when it would get extremely cold or reach its coldest peak or something. But most of the times it's usually warm, and we don't have snow in Zambia, so we've never experienced this life of blizzards and what. I'm sure it was very new for you when you went to the States.
Very, very
enough. I hope you carried enough warm things. I mean,
not really. I mean, you know how like Zambian cold weather is. Zambian cold weather is like a nice chill day here.
It's a nice chill. For real. No wonder white people, when they come here, even in cold season, they move around with bum shorts. I'm like, yeah, oh, sorry, we're shivering. In Zambia, we don't even like air cons because we don't like cold things. When you switch on the air con, 1 hour we'll switch it off. Please stay in the air con. It's hot, not too cold. Yeah, we don't really like. We're used to cold weather. We prefer warm, Arctic warmth. We are better off. But there are some people who like cold season. I don't know how they're made. But 80% of us like it when it's warm and we are outside and we're enjoying like that. So now you'd be surprised you're going to the mall in July. It's cold. Everyone is mad Jay-Z, but my white people, they're moving at the mall. They take a bum shot and a vest. I'm like, these people feeling cold. Gosh, their blood is used of these blizzards.
Yeah, it's wild. I'm telling you, it's wild. Like, I miss the weather back home. But sometimes back home it's hot. Like it can be extremely hot. Like, and I can agree with.
But it gets really, really hot this side.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's about the weather. It's something else. And one more thing that I want to add though is like for the bus experiences, like when you get on a bus, and I don't know if just everybody or it's just our school buses, but our school bus is like let me say back home in Zambia, when you get on a bus, right, and you're dropping off like maybe somewhere like at the mall or something, you have to shout like, we shout Tisala, but in English it's like, I don't know, it's we are remaining or we are.
Like I'm dropping off here.
Yeah, like I'm dropping off here. Yeah, you have to shout, because if you don't shout, they're going to pass. Like they'll shout. They'll be like, "Oh, Manda Hilmo," and then if you don't say anything, then yeah, you're done. Or you're absent-minded or something, it will pass and you find yourself in town. So it's something else. So it's like Here for the bus, I was so surprised. I was like, So that the first day I got on the bus when going to school, I was like, I was like, so how do I tell this driver that I'm dropping off? So I was
Mm-hmm.
like, should I go to them and tell them that I'm dropping off and stuff like that? So I was like, wait. So before I realized that there was something that you could pull and it to say stop requested and it to stop. I
It
went
is
in,
requested.
yeah, like that. There are those I don't know what to call them, you guys, but like there's strings or something that you pull, like they're on the sides of the bus, and you pull it and it to show stop requested, and then the driver will stop, which is pretty straightforward, right?
Better. You know, sometimes for shouting in the bus, especially those big buses in Musaka.
Yeah,
Ah, imagine you
it's
stayed at the back and then you have to shout, Sarapauza! And there's your come crash in the bus shoe.
yeah, it's something else. So like I was like, So the first day I got on the bus, I had to go to the driver. I'm like, So what time am I going to school? Because I'm dropping off at school. I'm just letting you know so that you drop me off at school. Then driver looked at me. She was like, wait, what? What is this girl saying? I'm like, no, I'm dropping off at school. And then she's like, I'm gonna be going to school soon. Like the bus always goes to school, stops, and then picks up people. It's like a route. It goes like to goes. It's stationed like the mall and this place, back to school, like that. Every like hour or 30 minutes. That's how it works. So I was like, I just found out about those stuff that you put in the bus and you request a stop, which is pretty easy. You don't even have to talk. You don't even know who requested. You just see people going out when you stop. So, which is like, easy, and like shouting like, Walmart. I'm dropping off at Walmart.
That would be so funny to see. Mm,
So that's something that I've liked. It's just so quiet. You just
that's
leave.
should bring it here as well.
Yeah, for sure. Like, should bring that technology there,
Yeah, yeah.
for sure. So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, I guess.
It's been nice to learn. I hope you guys have, enjoyed this video. For those of you who would love to go study abroad, I hope Ruth has been able to explain for you what you're going to find that side, So if you want to stay in Zambia with us, or you want to go, obviously everybody would want to go. I mean, today if I was told, let me take you to the United States, do you want to eat? Whether it is going to be a blizzard, what? I'm going. I mean, who doesn't want to? So, yeah,
Yeah.
an interesting video. So you guys should subscribe to our channel. Please, if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. Yes, comment down below for other cultural differences that we may have not mentioned, or other cultural differences from the country that you are coming from. Per se, if you are coming from the UK, if you're coming from China, or you're a Zambian that has gone to other places in other parts of the world, please comment down below and tell us what you have come to find out, what's different that side. Let's interact.
Yeah, for sure. So, like Ella said, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Make sure you hit the notification bell, because if you don't hit the notification bell, you won't know when we post. So make sure you hit the notification bell. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and yeah, we'll see you in the next video. Peace out.
Bye.